So the younger son figures, I've got nothing to lose here. Why don't I just try to see if the grass is greener on the other side? So he packs up and heads out. But before he does, he dares to ask his father for the share of the inheritance that's going to be his when his father's dead. So he just does this unheard of thing and asks for his share of the property, which is akin to saying, Dad, I'm done with you. You may as well be dead. I wish you were dead. And the dad says, sure, if that's what you want, here it is. So that small bit of inheritance that the son would have got, he gets now. And off he goes and spends it. And he goes through it pretty quickly. And so he ends up in a not very happy situation. So long, Mom. So long, Dad. I'm going to go out and see if I can make my life better elsewhere. He leaves it all behind. And he ends up, as the story goes, with the pigs. Nothing to eat, no friends, no connections. Once you have your money all gone, what do you have to attract? So he's kind of desperate there. And he does, I love the way the story says he comes to himself. The light bulb comes on. He says, wait a minute, why am I out here groveling? And when, my dad has all these hired hands who are doing fine. So, I know he's never going to let me be his son again. I know he's, not going to give me a chance. But if I could just go back and be a hired hand, at least I could, get by. And even if I'm a slave and I have to give up some of my freedom, well, at least I won't be starving to death. So he decides, he rehearses a little speech in his head and heads on back home. And I love the story when it says the father from a distance sees him coming. And he doesn't even give him a chance to play his rehearsed speech. He just says, come home, welcome home. Gives him a big old hug. He can't even get down on his knees and begs because his father's just got him in this amazing grasp, this welcome home. And not only that, but not only is he welcomed home, but he does all these things. He gives him the best robe, which would be his own robe, the father's own robe he gives to him. He puts the ring on the finger, which is an insignia ring, which is the ring you use to put in the hot wax to seal deals. So that means he's not only welcome to the family, but he's welcome back into the business, and he has a chance to make business deals like his older brother. So he's completely taken in again, and it changes his life. And the father gets the fatted calf, which has been saved specifically for the best, biggest feasts of the year. And he kills the calf. They have this massive reunion. He invites the whole village, and everybody comes, and they party. They party. And there's music, there's dancing, there's all this amazing thing. Is the lost son has been found and welcome again. Of course, in the meanwhile, the other son, hearing all this hoopla, decides to find out what's going on. He comes in and asks what's happening, and he finds out, and he refuses to go into the house. So the father leaves the party, leaves his friends, and goes outside to be with the son who refuses to go in. And the party continues. People are all celebrating this amazing thing, not only the fact that the son is back, but that the father has been so incredibly gracious and welcoming to him. But the father goes out, leaves the party, which is embarrassing to him, and he begs the son to tell him what's up. And of course, as Ed read so well, he just lets loose and tells his dad how unhappy he is. And he even lies about his brother. He says his brother was with prostitutes. His brother did all this stuff that was, made the situation even worse. And the father doesn't even care. And he's furious. He says, I've been with you all this time. I never asked for anything, which is not true. I wanted a party and you wouldn't give it to me. Not true. He's had everything. And his father tells him that, you've always been here. You're always the number one. You're the privileged son. You're the firstborn. You've always had everything. And he doesn't even get snarky and say, and this is how you treat me. He doesn't even say that. The older son just rants and raves. And the thing is about the story, we never know whether he goes into the party or not. We don't know whether he makes up with his dad, makes up with his brother or not. We're just left wondering what's going to happen. But we kind of end with the father offering both sons, both who are pretty ungrateful, both of who are pretty self-absorbed, both of whom don't really get it, don't appreciate what their father has done for them. The loving dad perseveres and loves both sons. Both of his arms stretched out to both of his sons. Both sons are lost. But the father welcomes them in anyway, does everything he can to invite everyone to the table of abundance, to the feast, to the village, to the homecoming, to the place where unity abounds, where harmony has a chance, where everyone can be at the table. This story to me is at the heart of Stonewall Ministries. Stonewall Ministries is a feast. We are the people of the table. We are the people that have needed to be welcomed. We're the ones that God has called in, even when some church people have said, stay away. The church needs to repent. The church needs to go back to the root of the story of who Jesus is and what Christianity is all about. Come home. Come home. The feast is prepared. Everybody is welcome. And this is your home. Welcome home. So I invite you to share a reflection if you wish. Oh, I got to show you my slide of welcome. So, have you experienced welcome? Have you experienced rejection? What is it like to, despite our choices, our mistakes, our wrong turns, our selfishness, our getting ourselves into trouble, what is it like to have someone who says, all is forgiven, you have a place, you belong, come to the feast, come to the table.